For more on that, let's bring in Eric Wahlberg, author and journalist, joining us from Toronto. Mr. Wahlberg, thank you for your time tonight. My first question, at this point, how much of Gaza's humanitarian collapse is attributed to the weather conditions, and how much is clearly the result of policy decisions and deliberate restrictions by the Israeli regime?
I would say it's 100% Israel's responsibility. I'm a cyclist, and there's a saying, there is no bad weather for a cyclist. There's just bad clothing. So basically, Israel's saying, we're not going to give you clothing, we're not going to give you tents, die. And at the same time, it's air attacks. It's too cowardly to have its troops fighting on the ground, but it sends bombs from its airplanes across Gaza to find there's no ceasefire. And it announces ahead of time. It's quite incredible that the West Bank, it's announced we're going to destroy 25 buildings and put up a more settlement. And it gets away with this. No one stops it. I don't know what Trump is doing. He claims to be the messenger of peace. He's bringing peace and joy to the whole world, and everything he touches, just like everything Israel touches, is poison and kills. That's all that we're seeing, is more and more violations of Israel, and the U.S. allowing it to get away with it, and everyone else sitting frustrated and furious, and there's where we stand.
That's right. Mr. Wahlberg, the UN says aid is ready but blocked at the crossings. In your view, what purpose does restricting shelter materials serve militarily or politically for Israel?
Well, that must be a rhetorical question, because obviously it's Israel's sadistic joy that it gets out of torturing and killing what it considers subhuman people that aren't up to the standard of being a Jew. So that's what it proclaims. Every time it denies a truck entrance, it proclaims more Jewish supremacy and more intent on destroying and killing all Palestinians.
And as you mentioned before, we've heard repeated warnings from the UN, but they mostly fall on deaf ears, and no change on the ground is seen as of yet. What does this cycle of alarm without consequence reveal about UN's leverage on Gaza at this point, Mr. Wahlberg?
It shows that the UN really has no leverage at all, that it's in the words of Mao, it's a paper tiger, that and it hardly even protests. But then it can't, because the U.S. controls.
Yes.
You could say the U.S. is a kind of black box United Nations. It does whatever it wants in the interests of its own vision of peace in the world.
All right, let me put it this way. Is the UN dying like the League of Nations before the Second World War?
Yeah. Well, that's a good question. Certainly, it's not proving to be any more reliable or any more able to confront the genocide than the League of Nations. They had the invasion, the Italian invasion of Italy, and it got away with it. And so it looks like Israel's getting away with this, and it makes a mockery. You're right to ask that. Israel, it's made a mockery of international law. It's made a mockery of colonialism, even. I mean, British. Only rarely was Britain as foul in its colonial policies. But it was not. This is 100%. Israel never stops a minute from its worst case colonial terrorist.
That is right. And my final question before I let you go, Mr. Wahlberg, looking ahead to the rest of winter, what scenarios should we realistically be preparing for if access continues to be denied for the Palestinian people in Gaza?
I hate to think what is coming for the next few months. It's torture for any person any person of goodwill. It feels the torture, feels the pain that the Palestinians are going through now, and really anyone that ignores it, they are the Untermenschen, the Israel's category for anyone that's below the level of Jews in the world of hierarchy. So, yes, if we want to be able to wake up with a clear conscience, we all have to protest. That's all we can do. Is every time you meet someone, you have to raise this issue and talk about it, sign petitions, whatever you can.
Yeah.
But you should never be silent.
Eric Wahlberg, author and journalist, joining us from Toronto. Thank you for your time.